Right, welcome back, people of the podcast land.
I like that.
Hello, people of the podcast land.
We're not doing the jingle today.
I forgot the jingle.
Oh, God.
I made it up and forgot it as I was singing it. So sorry, I'll have to watch it back, learn it, and I'll sing it back when we come back again.
You can do a duet.
Yeah.
I'll click.
I'll triangle. Ding, ding.
Next time we'll have a tambourine and a triangle and we'll be going strong.
What was Sam, a drummer? Is that what he was on the guitars? You get him and his brother in here.
Get a band.
They're musicianists. We're getting them in the corner. They could do as a jingle anyway. They should come in with a cost, Sam. We need a jingle. Episode 20.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
Yay. We
We're
made
into
it.
double tens.
20.
Yeah. Almost 21.
Do a little podcast party.
Yeah. We're just going to do some Q&A stuff today, yeah?
Yeah,
We rambled some shit on the last one.
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of questions through. Leah's got a bunch of questions for you. We did Matthew questions on the other one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Unless I put up a NGL one, nobody really messaged it. I think they get
Everyone's terrified.
Well, I don't know why nobody wants to talk to me when they know who it is. Put an NGL up and it fucking goes off massive.
I know. Everyone doesn't want you to know who it is.
Well, you was out a slant on you've got more on your normal one than you have on your NGL, haven't you?
Yeah, I got more I think I got 6 on the normal one and then I got 5 on the NGL.
So we've got 11 questions today.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, this one's not a question. Not a Q, but love the pod so much and you're slaying the off-season.
That's great. But now we're down to 10.
No, but that's so cute.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know what? I've actually had some really nice messages about off-season and stuff because I talk to quite a lot of girls on Instagram. I think either like just girls that compete or girls that are like getting into it. Also a few of your clients actually. Yeah, I quite like it. It's quite nice like chatting to people and
the off-season is something people struggle with quite a lot in it.
Yeah.
They don't like seeing themselves getting SARS on and all the rest of it. But I think it's been a lot more embraced now over the last few years. So. And obviously, as an industry, but as coaches as well, we've found ways to get people through it and cope with it a lot better, like, strategy-wise, not get too fat, make sure we're fresh enough. So, like, getting through it like that, because people obviously usually just get super fat, didn't they? And then try and diet like fuck. But I think it's become more normal, and people there's loads of people we could mention, but you document it well. Shannon did a good job of documenting it well. Just out of my own people, there's 2 good examples there.
a few girls saying, I've watched all YouTubes, and so it's quite nice. I try and post about it a lot on Instagram as well, just like talking about it a lot.
Well, I think you do it well because you live your life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And this is the problem. We've said this before with people who do the off seasons like to the extreme. They don't last long because they fucking burn out and get bored. So who's going to make the most progress? People who last the longest, in my 100%. Opinion. So we won't go back into all that, but
I'll go through the ones on Instagram and then I'll go over to the NGL ones.
All right.
This one's a nice one to ease us in. Best pump pre-workout. We were talking about this earlier.
Best pump pre-workout.
Yeah. What's your favourite? If you want to go to the gym and get a good pump on.
Like a pre-workout pump.
Yeah. What do you think I was saying?
I just heard it as exactly what you said. I thought, why would you have a pump pre-workout? You get a pump during the workout. I'm like, what the fuck? Some people out there getting pumps before they go to the gym now. What's this world coming to? Yeah, I can't go to the gym unless I've got a pump. What? The pump cover's gone to another level. Pump covers your car and the fucking tins of beans. Like, come on, we're going to go show off now.
Gotta look good when you walk into the gym.
I really you tried a new one the other day, didn't you? Which I actually really want to try now. Now you've said it, and I see Will with his massive pump, even though he's on TRT or whatever. The JP one, pumpage. Oh,
is that your favourite one?
I rate that, yeah. I rate that. The DNA one as well. What was that called? Fuck me, I can't think of the name of it now. But it comes with like a thing that you put with it as well. I'm not being very good at this, am I? This is the reason why I need to know the questions beforehand. But I don't.
You did say you didn't want to know them.
I did ask to not know the questions beforehand. Otherwise, I'd have the name of this. But the DNA one that I use actually is quite good. But for me, at the minute, the best one I've tried, stim-free, is pumpage. Yeah. I do like that one. Yeah. I like that one a lot. Anything like that. What's the one you tried? Did you try it or did you Will try it?
I did. I've tried it, well? The engineered one. It's got the one with the bulldog on it. But the one I use a lot, all the time, is the Conte one. The Mega Pump, which I do really like, actually. That one's good.
Yeah, I don't know if I've tried that one or not.
Yeah, and I'm a bit funny with, flavours of EAAs and stuff. And Pump, I think sometimes they're a bit, too, what's the word? Like you can tell that like overly sweet.
Yeah,
and
like
I don't like.
sort of
I
thing.
don't like them, but I really like both of those are really good. So
Yeah,
my
pumpage
faves.
is a good one, but I do not believe we are massive connoisseurs of pump products, so we're not the best to comment in the world.
Definitely
But
not.
I've tried a few, and that's my favourite one so far.
Yeah. Is it possible to compete in other sports whilst on prep? Can you have a life? No.
Which one do you want? A life or another competitive career or to do bodybuilding? What do you want to do? You can't have all three.
Have you ever had anyone compete or do sports while they're on prep that you can think of?
Not that springs to mind. No, not that I can think of. I would never say never because there probably has been somebody, but I can't think of any. No.
I'm thinking right now in my head with how I felt in the last half of prep. There's absolutely no way I would be doing another sport. Not even a hobby.
Not even snooker. No.
Not anything that required me to do more than what I needed to do.
Yeah. It's fucking horrendous. I have had people come to me before and say like I've got a girl at the minute she's a fighter, so she was like a kick Thai boxer or whatever. I've seen her on the pads and that as well. She looks hard as fuck, to be fair. But she was at the seminar the other day and I was chatting to her. She said, I'm going to leave fighting. I'm just going to stick with the bodybuilding.
Right, okay.
Too much to try and balance both at once, you know what I mean? I said to her when we took on, I said, I'll try, but bodybuilding's a bit all-encompassing. It's a bit difficult to try and do other things as well. And she said, I'm going to scrap it. But, we've been spending a lot of time actually trying to fix the metabolism back because them fighters' diets that they do are some of the most mental things. You think bodybuilding's extreme. Yeah, fighting's...
Like when they're making the weight and stuff?
Yeah, fuck me. I can't believe the things that they do to get the weight down. I don't even know why they do it like that because they don't even need to do that. They could just diet normally and take it down. I don't understand why it's like that. Anyway,
so extreme.
That's not my place to fix it, but it's just mental. But she'd been doing that for years and years and years and years. And her body was just completely non-responsive to anything. It was destroyed. So we're spending a bit of time fixing her up at the minute.
So the short answer to that is probably, I would say, not while you're on prep. It's going to be difficult because then your recovery is going to be battered and then your performance in your sport, like when you're low on food, you're getting lean, you're not going to have energy to do a sport.
No chance you're going to play football or something mad like that.
No. Do you think, though, in off-season, I reckon you could pick up a few little extra...
Yeah, you could do.
And stuff.
In my experience, people that have tried to do things like that, they'll usually try it with like fighting, MMA, or they'll try it with football. Everyone I've spoke to has torn something off.
Right.
This is male bodybuilders.
Okay.
They've damaged the tendons in their elbows, or they've ripped some off the knee, or they've done this, or they've done that. Because like when you're pushing your body to the limit, it's controlled bodybuilding, isn't it?
Yeah.
So as soon as you start trying to fight or kick a ball or chase somebody or tackle somebody or rugby, they're going to tear this off and that off. But this is why I'm really hesitant to even do stuff like now sports-wise, because I think your body gets pushed that hard in a controlled manner. Then when you put it into something like that, often things go wrong. Yeah. So I definitely use the advice. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Was that really loud?
Yeah.
Why does it do that to me so much?
I don't know, but I
can't
burp.
You can't burp?
No, I can't burp.
Where does it go, Leah?
I don't know. Not in a burp. I literally find it impossible.
Whoa. Every time Leah has a can of Coke, I'm like, wow, you smell like nearly. What? And the glasses steam up and then boom. You can't bear?
No.
You just don't go in?
I just can't. I just don't get burps.
That's real mad. What a gift.
Thanks. That's not so talent.
What a gift. Anywho, it's difficult to do other sports while you're doing bodybuilding.
Yeah,
Can you do it? Yes. Would you be the best bodybuilder you could be? No.
Yeah.
Would you be the best at the other sport what you could be? No.
Kind of do 50-50 each one, aren't you?
Yeah, you can do 50. Anyone can be like a fair weather.
Yeah.
Like a fair weather player at anything. Like you can do a bit of bodybuilding, a bit of rugby, a bit of football, a bit of tennis, a bit like anyone can do a bit of everything.
Yeah.
But you can't be your best at everything.
Yeah. That's kind of what like the people that are doing the hybridy, high-roxy type stuff. So it's like, it's not bodybuilding, is it? But you're doing like your weight training, you're getting stronger, and then you're doing your running, and then your fitnessy stuff. And it's like a bit more functional stuff, but they're not competitively
it all together, but
bodybuilding.
They're not being the best runners they can be.
Yeah.
They're not being the best strength actors. They're just like blending it, aren't they? Which I still haven't got around to that.
Can you have a life?
Can you have a life?
When you're on
you
prep,
can have a life if you want to have a life.
When you're on prep, I would say
Depends what you call a life.
Yeah, I think they're getting at like being able to go out, do stuff, social life, that side of things.
Yeah, you can, but you'll be more restricted. Obviously, you're able to drink what you want to drink. You won't be able to eat what you want to eat. You probably might not be as jovial as you possibly would be if you're hungry. Do you know what I mean? You're going to be bound to meal times. You're going to be bound to know that you need to go to bed at certain times to get up in the morning. Like,
but a lot of bodybuilders thrive off that routine.
Yeah, that is like, if you're a bodybuilder, that is life. That is, do you know what I mean?
It's what you enjoy
I
doing,
loved
isn't
living
it?
like that when I was a bodybuilder. I couldn't think of, I wouldn't want to be like thinking, I wish I could be out in town and pissed. Like, never thought that once the full time I was bodybuilding because I was that obsessed with bodybuilding. So I think, I don't want to put people off and say like, but yeah, you can do both. It's going to be the times that you get to do that and really let go are going to be quite intermittent throughout the year. Do you know what I mean? I'll always encourage people to have a life in the off season. Yeah. But having a life isn't going out on the piss every week. If you're going out on the piss, somebody asked me this before actually. I don't know if it was it on here or was it somewhere else that I answered it?
About drinking?
Yeah, about drinking like a few times a year maybe. If you really want to be like optimal with what you're doing. Like maybe every, I don't know, what do you think? Every 3 months or something like that maybe?
I mean, in off season, sometimes I do have like an odd drink, like just...
Yeah, but
not...
I'm on about like on the piss.
I don't do that.
No.
Ever.
Because it just ruins...
I don't like it. It makes me feel horrible and then I can't get over it.
Yeah. Ever.
That's it.
I'll just have to die like that. I'll just have to die that way.
I actually can't remember the last time that I went out and got like properly. I mean, when I was at uni, it was a whole different ball game, but...
When I was bodybuilding, it was maybe once a year, and then later on, maybe every couple of years or something like that. But I wasn't interested in doing that particularly.
No, I'm not.
I can count on my hand, probably on one hand, how many times I went out the full time I was competing. It just wasn't the thing that I wanted to do.
I like going out on the odd, if it's like a nice day, I'll like sit in the garden and have like a gin or like a cider or something.
Yeah, that's
but it'll
just
be like
alcohol,
one.
innit?
It won't be like... I'm going out.
That's exactly what I mean. But then that might be not what these people are talking about. Everyone's got a different version of having a life. If you're talking about just going out with your fella for a spaghetti bolognese in the Italian on a Saturday night and having a glass of wine, of course you can do that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? To me, that's what having a life is.
Yeah.
But are you going raving for days on end? Like what's a life? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
What is a life?
I agree. To me, it's like if I can go on a few holidays and go out for some nice meals and like, things like when I'm going on a dog walk on a weekend, I want to be able to like stop at a coffee shop and get like a nice coffee or like, just doing bits like that. Yeah,
there's you absolutely should be able to blend in some balance into being a good bodybuilder through the off season.
Yeah.
1,000,000%. And I preach that from the tower tops, as everybody knows.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. That's how I did my bodybuilding. I did really well at it. Like, and I know I say this all the time, but you could go harder with the not having any junk food, making sure you're on 1,000% meal plan all the time, but you won't last long.
Yeah.
You'll last a couple of years and then you'll be gone anyway. So if you're looking at lasting 5, 6, 7, 8 years plus, you need to balance everything into it. Then when it comes time to prep, time to go. Do you know what I mean? Like you're not gonna no, you're not having a fucking donut. No, you're probably not going to be able to enjoy yourself at a hen do or something. Do you know what I mean? You're just not going to be able to. It's as simple as that. But if you've had the rest of that in your 18-month off season, can you dedicate 4 or 5 months? Yeah, I reckon you can.
100%. Right then. Oh, these are some good ones. I like these. Are you ready?
Here's the good cues.
Okay. Most amounts of cardio you have both done during prep. I'm interested to hear yours here because I feel like, is it going to have been mad from when you were younger?
Yeah, like 2.5 hours, yeah.
Like a day?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've done a lot.
What, is that on one bit of kit for like 2.5 hours?
Yeah, or I used to go out power walking. That was my thing. I never used to go to the gym for cardio because, there was no like screens. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's no phones with like you fucking.
So you just there like.
Yeah, you'd just be looking at the fucking wall or whatever's in front of you for an hour. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was that. We never got told to do anything like Stairmaster or anything like that because obviously when you're bodybuilding, maybe just power walking was enough. Yeah, I think the most I ever got up to was probably 2.5 hours. Generally, pretty much every prep ended up at 2 hours anyways.
Yeah.
It took a lot for me to get in shape. And I think with some of the more modern coaching methods, I think I definitely could have done it easier. But the way things used to be, I think the worst one I think I did was when I competed in France and I only had 11 weeks to get ready because it was in March, the show, and I'd just been on holiday in December to Jamaica. And I think I've told this story before. I got invited to, I did the Pro Universe for NABA, and then this French promoter offered to pay me to go to France and accommodation and food and fucking everything. This is in like the November. I was due to go to Jamaica in the December, and then the show was on like,
right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, 10th of March, whatever it was. I had 11 weeks from when I got back to fucking get ready anyways. It wasn't that long.
Yeah, and you just had to go for it.
Yeah, I ended up on 50 grams of carbs, no fats, and 2 hours cardio for like 7 weeks straight. It was horrific.
Yeah, that does not sound fun.
But I look good.
Yeah.
So I think that's the most brutal prep I've had, that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine was the last prep I did, because we ended up doing double.
Yeah.
And I've not done that before.
Yeah, we ended up on some doubles, yeah.
Yeah. Which I was weirdly quite excited for.
Yeah, Leah was buzzing for it.
I think I was doing 50 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening.
Yeah,
but
so
then
80 minutes, yeah.
I think I was doing 14k steps on top, which was about 2 hours of walking.
Yeah, as if you don't walk anywhere and you have to purposely walk.
Yeah.
So that's a lot.
Yeah, so that was like an hour dog walk in the morning, an hour dog walk. Because what I used to do is get up, do my cardio, do my dog walk straight after, and then have my first meal. So it was like boxed off, and then I could sit and work. And then I'd go to the gym again, do the evening, then do the steps straight after in like 2 stints.
This is the thing, we've just been on about this, haven't we? When you've got a sit-down job.
Yeah,
it's a lot of walking. To get a normal amount of movement, it's a fucking lot of your day, innit? To get it, I was speaking to somebody the other week about this as well. Whereas if you like, so I've got nurses that they can't get down as low as 14,000 steps a day. It's impossible for them. Yeah. They're doing like 18, 19, 20,000. And I'll give them a high day, and they'll be like, all right, I can't get my steps under 15,000 though. Yeah. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
it's mad,
when
innit?
you've got a job where you're at a laptop, like you have to actively get up and go outside, which I do quite like walking. But
yeah, it's a fucking chunk out your day though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a fucking chunk out your day.
Yeah.
But we choose to sit down.
Yes, sometimes. How do you deal with clients who don't stick to their plans?
There's the fucking door.
I knew you were going to say that. Like, they're out, that's it.
Yes and no. Like, there's sticking to the plans and then there's sticking to the plans. I like to think clients can be honest with me and tell me what's going off, even though probably some of them are not sometimes. And then try and accommodate things. Because sometimes it's just a conversation. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it might be like, they might need a little bit higher fats and a little bit lower carbs, and that makes them feel a little bit better. Yeah. They might just need telling, you can push your first meal back till 11 o'clock and start eating after that, and you'll be all right.
They might just be struggling with something, they need to like balance it.
There might just be something within the diet that's setting them off more hungry that might maybe take that out. Maybe they're eating jasmine rice and it digests really fast, and we can put sweet potato in it, and it makes them feel full for longer. And like sometimes it's just a small conversation or a bit of a backward and forth away from sorting out. Some people just ain't going to stick to the plan no matter what because they don't want to, because they're hungry and that's the way they're going to be. In that case, no, there's no fixing that person. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And you can try and bend, and your trade's different to mine because yours is lifestyle, so it's a different thing altogether. But so sometimes it's just like, well, don't do bodybuilding then. Yeah,
I think obviously sticking to the plan in bodybuilding is very different to sticking to the plan with like someone that's just trying to feel a bit better or lose a bit of weight or get a bit stronger.
Yeah, completely different, because them people you're trying to change their outlook and their mindset and the way they live to be able to accommodate some weight loss. Yeah. All the rest of it, bodybuilding is just black and white. You're either doing it or you ain't. Do you know what I mean?
100%. Got to be a bit like harsher with it, haven't you?
Yeah, I had this conversation with somebody a couple of weeks ago, and it's the first ever prep, and I could tell that they'd not been around any bodybuilding really. Very gifted individual, actually, very gifted indeed physically and all the rest of it. And she was asking me to put more sweet stuff in because she's hungry. And she's getting closer, and I was like, that's not how it works. Yeah. I just need something. And she'd ended up eating like something like a protein bar or something. And I went, I didn't go down on her ad, but I told her how it was. And she's been all right since. She's clicked into gear with it. And she gets it. But I said, this is the difference. This is exactly what I said to her. I said, this is the difference between people who end up doing it and people who don't end up doing it. Some people get hungry and they eat. Some people get hungry and they fucking lean into it. Yeah. And that's the difference between a good bodybuilder and a bad bodybuilder. Because there's nobody getting lean without getting hungry. It's just, do you know what I mean?
Not
bodybuilding lean. Do you know what I mean? You're not doing that and not getting hungry. Yeah. All right, there's different people. And this is the thing. This is why it's not for everybody. Yeah. Because everybody's got different versions of hungry.
Yeah, and I do think to an extent, like, if you're dieting, you're eating less food than what your body needs. Like, even if you're not getting on stage, like, you are going to have times of the day where you're a bit hungry.
Yeah, but
you know,
and if you're fat to start with, you've spent a lot of time being comfortable.
Yeah,
just spend a little bit of time being uncomfortable.
It's going to feel uncomfortable, isn't it?
Yeah, you've gone through a lot of comfort.
Yeah.
So to put yourself back in the middle, you're going to have to go for a little bit of discomfort. Come on.
Yeah.
Not everything's for free. Otherwise, everyone would be in shape, wouldn't they?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think...
I mean, for prep-wise stuff, it's an hard balance because you can't fucking go in on people too hard, because then they just won't ever tell you again. So you've got to be an open enough door for them to tell you things so that 100%. You can fix it if you're able to fix it.
Yeah, because you want clients to feel like they can, you don't want them to be terrified of like,
I don't want them to be scared of me, but I also don't want people that come and just fuck about either. So they need to, there's a line, you know what I mean?
100%.
Not just all wishy-washy like, oh, it's okay, dear Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, it's okay, dear. You'll be okay. Just, you're a bit hungry, don't we?
That's quite a good
you don't,
impression, I like that.
You're not going to fucking get that off me. But if I can help, I will. And if you need telling what's what, then you will. But fuck me, if anyone's watching this and lying to the coach, don't be an idiot, because... How are you going to get? You're going to end up digging yourself into a hole. I'll tell you exactly what happens when you lie to your coach. Your plan ain't working. You're telling them you're sticking to it 100%. The coach thinks, well, fuck me, that's run out of gas quick. We'll have to pull a little bit of food away, or give a little bit more cardio in, or both. That goes into your plan. You think, well, I wasn't really actually doing the old plan anyway, so I'll just maybe do that, or I can afford a few more calories because he's pulled the plan down there, and then I'll do a little bit more calories, and then. Fuck, that's ended up more calories now. I don't know actually what I've overeaten there. Now he's still not losing weight and it's not coming down, and you're thinking, this is a stubborn body, what's going on here? And then you're trying a few different things, you confront them, they lie about it anyways.
And then they've got in too deep.
And then you're in too deep to turn back, so they can't actually tell you what's gone on. And then they're fucking fat 3 weeks out, eating 1,000 calories. You see these people, I had me on 1,000 calories and 2 hours cardio. That's what your plan said. That's probably not what you was doing. And these people are usually the ones that are fibbing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's rare that. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's my experience with that anyway. They're usually binging twice a week on Domino's and things like that. I've gone on a bit of a tangent there because it gets on my tits, obviously. But just don't lie. Just tell them the truth. And then at least if you've made a week with no progress and you fuck something up, at least they know why and they're not going to go changing your plans.
Yeah, you just need to actually stick to your plan.
Yeah, just stick to the plan. And if you aren't, and then... I'm guarantee you, if you tell your coach what you've done, it won't be nowhere near as mad as like 6 weeks' time when he knows you're lying anyways, but you're still having to go through the process as if somebody's not lying. Because how many times can you confront people? And I do it all the time. Are you telling me the truth here or what? Because this didn't add up. Do you know what I mean? Have you actually done everything you meant to do? Yeah. And they just carry on lying. Yeah. And then you have to kind of go through it. Do you know what I mean? As if like 100%. They're not lying and investigating different areas, and then all of a sudden, miraculously, at 4 weeks out, they start losing 2 kilos a week, and like, that's just magically come out. And you stuck to your plan now.
Yeah, 100%. I know what you mean.
That was a rant. Sorry about that, but you can imagine how many times I've been through that.
Yeah. I think some things that I've done with like maybe girls that are either like bodybuilding but not competing, so they're like doing a photo shoot, or their like lifestyle is because a lot of the time I find with clients it's that maybe they're not quite understanding something properly, or something's not working properly for them. So what I'll do is just like get on a call and just talk them through it and be like, right, what do you feel like is working? What do you feel isn't? And then we'll break it down. And it might be like, I had a client the other day, and it sounds really basic, but she was getting in a tiz about her like carbs and her fats, and she was like, I just can't hit them, and then I'm swapping this for that. So we just completely got rid of the carbs and the fats, and we just
just protein.
Yeah, just pure protein.
She got shredded in a week. Just protein and water. No, there's some fat in chicken. We have to go white fish.
Okay, I worded that wrong. We stopped tracking the carbs and the fats.
Yeah.
And what we did was we just set a calorie range. So I set her, she had like 300 calorie range. So I think she was on like 1,500 to 1,800 calorie range. Yeah. Because she was like, some days I'm not hungry. Some days I'm like really busy and I'm really hungry. Okay, so we set her a calorie range and protein. And now she's like smashing it, losing weight every week. Yeah. Because before because a lot of women get in that like all or nothing mindset where it's like, they were getting in a tiz about like the carbs were 10 grams higher than they're meant to be. And I was like, this is like you're trying to lose a few pounds, like it's irrelevant.
It's 40 calories.
Yeah. So, or sometimes it might be like, they need an extra meal and an extra time, or they just need, I found that, the more I've got into coaching, because I think when I first started coaching, it was very much like, I would give someone a plan and I was like, okay, there's your plan. This is what you need to eat. But there's so many things going on in people's lives. It's like a lot of the time it's like, oh, actually I picked my kid up at that time from school, so I can't have my dinner till like 8 o'clock at night. And then it's like, just making it work a bit better for the person you've got in front of you.
That's why you're good at your job, innit? Because that's the stuff you figured out and that's stuff you got working for people.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between people who just send a plan, I suppose, and then do this for 6 weeks or whatever
it's like
it is.
Actually getting to know your clients.
Get to know your clients, and that's going in deep on lifestyle coaching, and that's why you're the best.
Thanks.
That's why you're the man. No, but it's true, and that's deep, and I definitely wouldn't have the patience to do that. 100%. That's why I do what I do. Maybe when I'm older and I move to lifestyle coaching and then start having a lifestyle. But I definitely wouldn't have the patience for that. Definitely not.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes it is a lot of going back and forward with people to like figure out.
But you obviously enjoy that.
Yeah, I do. I find it quite rewarding.
Yeah.
As long as people take on board what I'm saying in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get some people that
then the patience starts to wear a bit more thin.
No matter what you say, no matter what you try, there's always a reason there.
Yeah.
And that sometimes can get a little bit frustrating sometimes.
I suppose then people don't actually want to lose weight. They like the thought of losing weight, but they don't for me, if you really want to do something,
you'll make it work.
You'll make it work. So you're going to find a way to make it work. Do you know what I mean? There's just easier ways and harder ways of doing something that you want to do.
Yeah.
So if you're finding them an easier path to do it, it's going to work better. Because it's more convenient, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Easy, by easier, I mean it fits better into their life.
Yeah. Sometimes I find as well with like bodybuilders, because obviously like if someone gives a bodybuilder plan, they just do the plan, that's it. They stick to the meals, they crack on. And I'll get some clients like this where like I'll give them a meal plan and they're like a week later like, great, stuck to all my meals, done all my training.
Yeah.
Great.
Some people's brains just really work well like that.
Yeah. But if you've got a bodybuilder that's a coach and then your head's in like bodybuilder mode and then you're trying to work with clients that aren't in bodybuilder mode, it's like sometimes you end up, you know what I mean? Like, because not everyone is in that mindset and they need more than just, here's your meals, here's what you need to eat. It's not that they don't know, because they know they need to eat less. They know they need to sort the calories out.
Everybody knows that.
But they can't figure out how to implement it for them specifically.
Yeah, and they're just having the experience of you chiming in with ideas that you've learned over the years. Well, I didn't think of maybe trying that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I need a lifestyle coach. You coach me. We coach each other.
All right.
Into coaching. I'll take your 3 calories off you. Like, right, I'm going to fuck him up. I'll give him some more cardio this week.
10K run this week.
10K run, yeah.
I've entered you in a half marathon.
And you have to wear fucking short shorts and do it outside. Why, Leah? Just for my amusement. Me running around the block in some tiny shorts. Get arrested.
Oh, funny. Are you still doing your running?
No. Oh. I was nearly lied then. I was like, shall I just lie? No, I don't lie, Dan.
I think last time you were doing like a 5K or something.
Yeah, I want to start getting into running. I just hadn't been back out.
Yeah.
I did bits and bobs. Nothing since last podcast though.
Right,
nothing since last podcast.
Oh, okay. All right. Worst meal plan you guys have ever seen from a current plast client?
Oh,
that is a good one.
Yeah.
I've got some.
My brain's gone
here.
straight to one place there.
Okay, go on then.
I can't remember everything that was on it, but it was fucking horrendous.
Was this from someone that's already had a coach before they came to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to say it because
go on. No, you need to say it now. Is it going to out anyone?
Yeah, it probably would. Yeah, but it was the same meal 5 times a day, even breakfast. I think it was like.
Was this recently?
It was a couple of years ago. I think it was like, I don't want to say exactly what it was, but I think it was like chicken, sesame seeds, and broccoli. I think it was sesame seeds or some type of seed.
Right.
Sunflower seeds it might have been, actually. I think it was sunflower seeds. I can't remember. It was something like that.
That's very random.
Yeah, it was like chicken, sunflower seeds and broccoli 5 times a day.
That's crazy.
And that was it. And I was like, what the fuck? There might have been something else on it because I remember thinking, I could not fucking eat that for breakfast. Do you know, like, because I'm a bit like, I'm not great with breakfast anyway myself. Even when I was bodybuilding, I wasn't amazing with breakfast. It just, I struggled to eat in the morning.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, how the fucking hell is somebody eating that at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning before they go to the gym?
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst one I've ever seen was just literally the same meal for 5 meals. A training day and non-training day.
Oh, God.
I think like the training day one just had like a carb drink after it or something like that. Nice. It was something real mad.
Yeah. Oh, fun times.
I'll tell you what it was later.
Okay. I still get, right, I used to think this was quite an old thing, but I think I still get quite a lot of girls, like when I have chats with them, when I have like consult calls with them or whatever, it still comes up quite a lot where girls have come, and it always, not to be biased, but it always comes from male coaches.
Right.
Right. So.
She don't mean that.
It does though.
Yeah, go on.
But girls that have come from male coaches that are basically eating like chicken, rice and broccoli, cod, rice and broccoli, chicken, rice and potato. And
the chicken's like 250 grams.
Yeah.
I've had that as
well. But
well.
there's absolutely no fats in the diet. And they obviously don't understand like the importance of like fats for females.
I've had this, and it's just basically a male's bodybuilding diet for a woman.
Yeah, all they've done is replicate their own diet and given it to a female. But I used to think this was like a really old school like thing that's from years ago, but it still happens so much. There's like still, even the other day,
there's loads of old school stuff going on. Sometimes I think, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, I thought all that had been and gone now. You know what I mean?
I'll get girls join like that, and they'll be in like, it'll say like 250 grams chicken, bag of rice. And it'll be like this for the day. And then their training split will be like chest and tries, back and buys, shoulders and traps. And I'm like, what the fuck? They're doing like bikini as well. Like, what's going on here? Yeah. Monday's arm day.
But it actually baffles me how much it still comes up, because I thought that was a very like old school thing.
Well, I mean, it is, but it's still going on. Yeah, it's definitely still going on.
But I love sitting and writing all the meal plans, because I'm like, obviously a lot of them are like a lot more flexible because not prepping or whatever. And I love sitting and creating all the meals and making like, I'm like Mexican burrito bowl and all this, like jazzing them all up.
But I'll get that, and then they'll come and they'll be like, fucking hell, I can't believe I can eat all these things. Like all these, because even though I'm on a meal plan, they're actually quite varied. There's quite a lot of, I try and keep it as varied as possible, because I just believe that that's good for the body anyways. But what was I going to say then? I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, another bad one that I've had. One that long ago, actually. They calculated the meal plan on MyFitnessPal. Right. So obviously when you pump things into MyFitnessPal, bread's got protein, rice has got protein. Like all these things have got protein that you wouldn't class as protein. Not me anyway, because it's like a byproduct of protein, Or
like your trace protein.
Trace protein, that's the word I'm trying to look for, So I wouldn't ever use that as like the protein source. Well, these people so they'd made up a meal plan that didn't really have any true sources of protein in it much. There was bits. So it was like, I think it was like all the trace proteins and then whey.
Oh.
So they wanted to really.
So there's no like meat or fish?
There was no like, not really, no. Maybe like one chicken meal a day or something like this, or maybe some eggs.
How random.
Yeah, it was like, and I was like, where's the protein in this? And they were like, what do you mean it's here? And then they'd send me like the MyFitnessPal thing. And then it was like, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, all right, let's just forget that. Let's just do this. Yeah. And after a few weeks, they were like, fuck me. Oh, my digestion's fantastic and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I feel real strong and my recovery's good. I'm like, because you're eating food now. Real food.
Yeah, actual proper food.
Yeah, I've had a couple like that.
Yeah, really? That's mad.
Yeah, that's the curse of MyFitnessPal. People just pump stuff into it and look at protein, carbs and fats. We've no thought about where that's coming from. Yeah. That's why I'm blessed to come from the fucking old school, because actually, like, obviously people thought about those things and didn't really consider any others. And they'll just go off that, protein, fats and carbs.
Yeah.
Like, but do you know what I mean?
What's the actual quality of the food like? Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a quality of food that you need to take 100%. Into account.
I don't think this really... Yeah, that's not the only other bad ones I've had is when I've had girls that have come from coaches that have like done shoot preps and they've been like pretty like hammered basically into the floor. Yeah. But then they're like trying to get this happened actually quite a few times recently. I had like a few calls in a row where the same thing happened, and the girls have joined the coach and they've said like, I've been hammered, like I want to build muscle, I want to like I was actually having a conversation with a girl in Ultra the other day that said the same thing, and they're trying to build muscle, and then they've gone to the coach and said, I want to build muscle, like I want to get my hair back or whatever, and then the coach has dieted them. straight off the bat.
Yeah, I've had that as well.
Because the coach wants to get wants to like get a transformation off them or whatever. But
is that why they would? Yeah,
because I can't think of any. What other reason would they do it? You know what I mean?
That makes sense actually. Because sometimes I would get them like this. So, well, I'm going to do a diet first. I'm just like, why?
Because they know that if they build someone up, they're not going to get a result for like months and months and months.
Yeah.
But it's
I won't
mad.
care about that though. I'd just be trying to fix them like.
But I had it loads, right? I had it loads where girls have been like, I went to this coach and I said I wanted to like gain muscle and get my health back.
Yeah.
And then the coach has basically like rammed them and put them back on like 1,200 calories. And
do you know what? You've just made that make sense because I've had that a bit and I think, is this person mental? Do you know like
that's
what?
Why
I
they
don't
do
understand. But they're after a transformation. That don't even come into my head because I'm never looking for transformation. Well, I don't think I do any transformations because it's bodybuilding, isn't it? Really, I suppose I do. But then it just prolongs the battering. They just end up worse and worse. Yeah. But
I don't think the coach is actually, because the client is like, I feel like the coach isn't doing it because they've listened to the client. They're doing it because they think, what can I get out of this client?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is actually mad, isn't it? Because the client is paying the coach.
Yeah.
And then the coach is doing the opposite of what the client wants.
Unless they just don't know anything else apart from trying to get people a bit leaner.
Yeah, maybe. But again,
I've had fucking loads of them recently in the last 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
People that have just been chronically ran into the ground by themselves and by other people. And in the process of fixing them. I love fixing them though. Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yeah.
It's not very nice for them because they've got to go through uncomfortableness for quite a while, and you can see like when you've done it with people yourself, the resilience to come away from cardio and the resilience to like, do you know what I mean? But as they start to let go and they really start to get a lot happier,
it's
they
nice,
have to get a little bit out of shape for a while.
Yeah.
Oh fuck me! Then when they come out the other end of it and we actually can diet them and it actually responds and the weight just falls off, then they're in good shape and they're still eating a decent amount of food and then we can get them built up. I love going through them with people. Yeah, I really enjoy it.
I love that as well. Yeah. Like, not even from a bodybuilding perspective, but you know, when I get clients and they're like, come off the back of.
None of these have been bodybuilders.
They're
just women. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's. I love going. I've got loads of clients that.
Not bodybuilders, they're just women.
Yeah, just women. You know.
Sorry, go on. I just thought that one. They're not bodybuilders. They're just women.
What a statement. That's what we're going to call the podcast.
Just women, yeah. Okay.
Episode name. But when they've been like ran into the ground and then I get to like go through the reverse, build them up, go through like a proper building phase.
Yeah.
I love doing that because I feel like a lot of girls are still very nervous about doing that.
Yeah. And if you can get them to do blood work and then you look at it and you're like, fucking thyroid's in the gutter, testosterone's on the floor, blah, blah, blah. Then you look at it 9 months later and it's like all came right up.
Yeah.
And you can see them, do you know what I mean? And then you're like, okay, we're good to go, do you know what I mean?
Or even just a mindset. Like, I get girls where they're like, I'm terrified of eating more, I don't want to gain weight, like, you know, I'm really nervous. And then we'll go through it and then they'll be like 6 months later and they're like, oh my God, I'm amazing, I'm so strong. I'm like, I love this, it's so great.
Yeah, because imagine how they felt. And I could never feel like, because I've never felt like this, but imagine if you've just been dieting for your whole adult life.
I know.
And you've never really sat in a surplus and you're just in average shape because your body's broken.
Yeah.
And you're just always dieting.
And you're just always tired and hungry.
And you're always tired, you're always hungry, you've always got no energy, your brain's fogged. That's your norm. Yeah. Imagine that being your norm for like 5, 8, 10 years, whatever. Because some of these women are in the 30s, do you know what I mean?
Imagine how good you'd feel actually.
That's what I mean. And then like months down the line, they're actually eating like nutrients that are helpful and they're eating in a surplus and they're strong in the gym. The minds are clear. I bet they're fucking buzzing their heads off.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, fun times. Okay, ready for the next question?
Let's go.
These are the surprise ones.
That was a surprise one. I don't know any of them. They're all surprises.
True.
This one's like, I'm going to have to think. That's what you mean by this one.
No, this is a long one. I'm just reading it quickly.
Don't make me think.
Please
don't make me think.
Is it common for long-haul athletes to have a break from coaching in off-season and come back for the prep? For the ones who do you ever worry they won't progress as much in their off-season?
What's it say? Long haul?
Yeah, I think it basically means long haul. So people are like competing for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, do you get people stop coaching in the off season and come back in the prep, or do most people like stick it through?
Yeah, some. Yeah. I don't even mind it sometimes, to be honest. 'Cause it's like it gives them a bit. They just need the mental break, I think, sometimes from checking in every week and like all the rest of it. And I sometimes don't see it as a bad thing. And I've had that quite a lot myself. where people will bugger off and come back. As long as they don't come back and they're fucked. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Dan, I'm 30 kilos above stage weight. I want to do this show in 20 weeks. And like, obviously, we're not doing that. But if they took care of everything and they're good and just wanted to live for a little bit, I don't always think it's the best way to make progress, which is why I know your brain's thinking, it's not the best way to make progress unless they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone puts themselves through what a coach would put them through, because they're always going to lean towards comfort generally. And you're always going to lean towards, what's the word, homeostasis, where you'll just sit in the middle, not necessarily and you just sit at maintenance. And some people will want to do that and not make much progress, then come back and compete again. So do I think it's
not optimal.
Optimal, which we don't like the word. It was the optimal way to do a thing. No. Is it sometimes something people will do? Yes, because sometimes the optimal way is not the optimal way. They're not going to do that anyway.
Yeah.
They'll fall off, they'll quit, they've had enough, they'll get bored, they'll want to do something else, blah, 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 blah. So sometimes it is the optimal way because it's the only way they'll do it.
Yeah.
But if you was to put it on a comparative scale, no, of course not. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Are you really going to hold yourself to the same standard, doing it yourself and push yourself as much?
I see it like this, and I explain this to people sometimes on consults and things like this. I literally see myself as a tugboat on people's off seasons. So I know exactly where that boat wants to go. I know the fastest way to get there, and I'm just going to direct them there. It might not feel like I'm doing much.
Yeah.
It might not feel like things are changing very often, but trust me, over 12 months, 18 months, 6 months, 9 months, whatever it is, the course from where you're going to get to there is going to be the best, most optimal way to get there.
Yeah.
And you're going to make the most possible progress in that time frame by me just guiding you. Do you know what I mean? Because on an off season, it feels like sometimes you're just checking in and now it's happening. But that's exactly what we want.
Yeah.
We want not much to be happening because you're heading in the right fucking direction. So changes might come scarcely. To me, if someone's changing in an off season, if a coach is changing a lot of things frequently, they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because they feel like they need to validate the check-ins.
This is a lot of the thing, isn't it? It's like you feel like sometimes in an off season it can be like, well, what am I paying for because nothing's changing? But it's like you're not paying for your check-in every week. You're paying for the overall result of where you want to get to.
Like in my mind, and you'll be doing this the same with people, I'm thinking about where we need to be here. And usually we've mapped that out with, we're going to push for this long, do this for that long, blah, blah, blah. And obviously we plan that out. But for me, it's just a slight correction of course.
Yeah, that's a good way
all the time to make sure we're staying on the perfect course to get where we need to get. If you start coming out of line, I'm going to put you back in line. If I see a problem arising, I'm going to get on top of it quickly. Whereas you might end up going 2 months in the wrong direction and nothing really happening because something's been fucking your digestion up, something's messing your train, something that I know I can get on top of pretty quick.
Yeah, it's just staying on top of things, basically.
Yeah, just stay on top of that. So then when we get you to the beginning of a prep, you've made the most progress possible.
Yeah.
Your body's in the right place to prep. Your mind's in the right place to prep. And I've been able to manage all of that
100%.
without people even really knowing I'm managing it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's the key. And like I said, if people are changing things left, right and centre, that's a red flag.
Yeah, they're just doing it because they feel like they need to
I better change something. I ain't done that for a bit. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. All I would say with that is if it's the first time you've done an off season, I would definitely do a good off season with a coach before, because you don't want to be like competing, or I don't know, even if you're just doing a normal fat loss phase, like you don't want to be going through a diet phase and then trying to do that by yourself the first time. Because I know with the girls I work with, like a lot of them have never done a reverse diet. They're like dieted before, but they've never done a reverse. They've never tried to build muscle, and they need like reassurance with it because they're a bit nervous, or they're not, you know, they don't have the confidence to be able to do that themselves. Yeah,
100%. It's just knowing you're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Just knowing that everything, what's happening is, you can waste so much time in bodybuilding. And I always say, you've only got a short span. You girls are doing it. Some girls are only doing it a couple of years. Yeah. Others 4 years, maybe 5 years. Like, that's not long.
No.
Do you know what I mean? That's a little bit of time to get the most out of it possible, and before you bugger off and do whatever else you want to do with your life, or have a family, or whatever it's going to be. Do you know what I mean? So just get the most out of the time that you've got. You've got every resource available to you nowadays. Yeah. Like we said on the last podcast that we're saying, like it's all, you've got access to all the best top people in the country, that their jobs at your fingertips through a fucking message. Yeah. And then just sign up to them and pay them a little bit of money to get that. Like, fucking utilize it, man. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That wasn't always there before.
No,
do you know what I mean? Trying to work stuff out of Flex magazine and that. Well, that's what he said in Flex magazine, so that's what I've been doing for 6 months.
Okay, this is a really interesting question. It's quite a long one as well.
Oh, yeah.
Ex-powerlifter who could eat freely as long as stayed in weight category. Right.
Oops.
I'm gonna do this in phases.
Yeah, right. So
ex-powerlifter could eat freely as long as they stayed in the weight category.
So they should eat what they want as long as they didn't get too heavy.
Yeah,
and not too light.
Yeah. Okay. So have done first bodybuilding. I think she means like she's got into bodybuilding, and put on 10 kilograms in a month. Is this unheard of? I'm going to read the next bit as well. Would appreciate tips for binge eating. So now we know why the 10 kgs. Come on. Wish I didn't, but when I do, what's the strategy? Restrict rest of calories to the day, extra cardio. So we need to break this down.
Fucking hell, yeah.
So basically, if you've put 10 kg on a month, that's going some, isn't it?
That's a
lot. 2 to 3 kilos a week there.
Yeah.
So
your plan's being set too high, or you're binging.
No, she said tips for binge eating. So there's obviously a lot of binge eating going on.
So the plan's possibly been. We're going to have to be broad with this advice because we can't. If we say the wrong thing, we're going to set off the wrong person in the wrong direction.
Yeah, because it depends. Like, how bad is the binge eating? Is it like?
Yeah. I could get on a call with this person and sort it out in 5 minutes, but I'm going to be careful with what I'm saying too much.
You don't want to be doing the things you've said. Restrict the rest of the calories for the day. Extra cardio.
You never want to be restricting because that's what's going to be leading to the binging as well. Because if you're hungry, it's like going into the supermarket hungry. Never do that because you're going to end up buying lots of fucking stuff. So that's going to be the same thing with like the binging. But if you've been eating freely in powerlifting, there's got to be a balance of a plan that can have you sat in the right place to get you started with bodybuilding. From what I'm thinking is the person's been powerlifting, they've been able to eat whatever junk whenever they want. And then I would think they've started a plan or been put on a plan that is just full bodybuilding prep, like chicken and rice.
Right, very basic bro food
very
type thing.
Basic, well, just normal bodybuilding food, but with no flexibility
I
to
know what you mean.
all the things you should be eating, but it's happened too quickly probably.
Right, yeah.
So they're just thinking, fuck, I'm craving sugar, I'm craving this, I'm craving that, I'm craving pizza, I'm craving blah, blah, blah. Because some of the best transformations or best speed transformations I've had of people that have come from powerlifting, because they're like that. Yeah. Then as soon as you lock them in on a thingy, just all the fucking weight falls off because they've been eating that much. But yeah, it sounds to me like you need to find a plan that's balanced enough to get everything you need for bodybuilding and sort out some of them cravings. And then once you've found that balance, then start gradually tilting it more towards what you maybe need to be doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe looking at the plan to see, like, because if you binge eating, you're obviously not fully satisfied with what you're doing. And
I would think a lot of that usually comes from eating junk food all the time.
Yeah.
If you're used to eating pizza and McDonald's and this and that, then you just literally cut all of that out and go to straight clean food, you're going to have some cravings, some real bad cravings. So you probably, for me, you're going to need to do something like what Leah's just been on about, maybe just have a protein and calorie target to start with. Maybe lift that fucking target so it's higher than what you think it needs to be and just drop yourself in there. I always think you're better off having higher calories and maybe gaining a little bit of weight than trying to go too low. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think your main thing here is you need to get to the point where you're actually sticking to what you're doing, even if the calories are set too high, because then once you're sticking to it and you're enjoying your meals, what you can then do is maybe start to taper the calories down.
Yeah, taper them back a little bit and then get control of your body weight and then restart from there. Yeah. Just sit there for a bit if you're not used to it. Because basically from what you're saying is, like, you've never done a bodybuilding plan in your life and then you've just gone straight onto a full bodybuilding plan, I'm guessing. Yeah. And that's probably like clean as fuck. Yeah. Oats, whey, chicken, rice, potato, steak, which is all great food, but too much too fast, I reckon. From what I can gather from that.
Yeah. Because
just inbox me. Yeah. Whoever you are.
Yeah.
Or Leah, or inbox Leah.
Well, thanks.
Whoever one of us you want to talk to.
Yeah, because with that you could even so what I'll do with some clients initially, if they've come from like a very like flexible approach where they're just eating whatever they want, I'll purposely put things into the meals that are like nice meals. So like I might do like a curry, or like I might do a homemade burger and chips, or you can get those Pizza Express pizzas that are like 500 calories from like Tesco.
Right.
So I'll put that in their evening meal. So they get to the evening meal and they're like, great, I've got burger and chips, I've got pizza, I've got, you know, and then they're fine because they've got that. They've got some Halo Top for dessert or whatever, or, you know, some chocolate bar.
You can, again, that stuff's obviously not optimal, but it's optimal for you, because it's stopping you doing anything. That's a hell of a lot worse than that. Then once you get used to that, you can steadily start phasing a couple of bits and pieces out. Do you know what I mean? Instead of having burger and chips, you might have steak and potato. The pizza might become once a week, or blah blah blah, or this and that, and then just steadily move things around, and then you will get used to it. Fuck me, that's going straight from eating whatever you want to a full bodybuilding plan. It's like coming off drugs.
Withdrawal symptoms.
That's probably why you're binging, and I'm definitely guessing that the food that you've gone on to is too low.
Just need to make sure you're actually satisfied from your food, and also you're enjoying it's meals that you actually like. So it doesn't need to be like your chicken and rice. Like have something like spaghetti bolognese, or like you know something just a bit more like normal as such.
Some dolmio on it, and put a bit of fat cheese in it, and like, do you know what I mean? Like that's still good food. We like the dolmio.
But we do like the
dolmio gang.
Don't restrict. If you binge, just crack back on with your meals, because you're just going to end up in a very negative cycle.
Never try and cut back out after a binge. Just
don't do extra cardio.
Don't do extra cardio. Don't restrict any food. Just carry on doing what you're doing. You'll never cancel it out, but what you will do is lead to another binge. And that's a bad place to be. And then, them's the type of situations that, because you've not intervened in time with the right person, that's where bodybuilding gets a bad name from, because it's like, it gave me an eating disorder and these type of things, which I get, but not if you've got the right advices.
100%. I like this question.
That was a good question, wasn't it?
That was a good question, Leah, ... That's how it starts. Have you ever, in capitals, on any occurrence ever again, not being fully honest in a check-in with Dan, even if it's a very small detail?
But is she going to be honest now? That's what we need to know. This, by the way, this studio was built on a church, and this is holy ground. So if she lies in here, she will burn in hell.
Thanks.
Over to you, Leah.
No, you know what? The only thing I have done once actually is this wasn't actually that long ago. This was maybe like for early at the start of this year, or not that long ago. Sorry, I was just thinking.
She could have missed this question out because I ain't seen the questions. She could have swerved this one.
No, the only thing I did is I forgot to weigh myself, and I'd already got dressed, and I was like, I was already out the house. I was like, I'm not. So I just wrote the same weight as last week on my check-in.
That is the worst. How long we've been coaching now? 4 years, and that's the worst thing Leah's ever done. Is 1 week she forgot to get weighed.
No, but that was in my off season though.
Yeah, in off season. Yeah, you wouldn't have done that on prep.
No, I definitely would not have done that on prep.
Got in a time machine, gone back to get out of bed, and then got weighed again.
I know, but I was like, I'm already out the house. I think I'd already eaten my breakfast by this point. I was like writing my check, because sometimes what I do in my off season is I get up, do my video, weigh myself, get dressed, get my breakfast, and then walk the dogs.
Yeah.
So I think by this point I'd already eaten my breakfast, and I was like, so I just was like, I'm just putting something on.
And the week after that, what happened?
No, I was fine. It was only once.
No, the week after that, what was the weight compared?
Oh no, I think it was when, you know, my weight's been like sticking for a while.
It was around about that period.
Oh God, now I feel awful.
So it was an educated guess.
It was an educated guess.
That changed the full trajectory of the year.
But it was all right. I think the weight was actually the same next week, so it was fine.
Next year, when we compete and she comes second, I'm going to go, well, you know that weigh-in that you didn't send me? Well, you will fuck about.
But that's literally it.
Yeah. That's all right.
Is that all right?
Yeah. I'm sure there's been a lot worse than that go on with people. Jesus Christ.
No, I feel like I've just done everything else. I feel like if I have an extra meal, sometimes I do have an extra meal out in my off season.
Well, you just tell me, don't you?
I just tell you.
This is what I'm saying, people. Just tell me. And then I'll tell you if you're getting out of hand or not.
Or sometimes I'll be like, I've had a weekend away and I've been out for a few meals. But I just tell you.
Yeah. And then we'll go, all right, weight's up a bit. We know why. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
In 4 years.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And going back to what we was on about earlier, I don't know, I don't know if this was on this podcast or the last one, but when people are lying and you don't know what's going on, then you don't know what's going on. Whereas you do that, and what do I say? All right,
crack on.
Because it's the off season. Do you know what I mean? Crack on. It's going to happen. But if you was to start doing it too much, I'd say, Leah, you need to fucking calm down.
You're getting chunky.
Well, you need to. You're taking the piss a bit. Do you know what I mean? And you know I'd say that.
Yeah.
And so we both know where each other stands. She knows not to take the piss too much, but she's all right a bit now and again. And I'll tell her if I need to, and if not, I don't need to. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's off season, so if it's the odd meal here and there, or you've got an occasion or whatever, all right, cool. Yeah. You've got an off-plan meal once a week. All right, I went out on Sunday as well. Okay. Yeah. If you were doing this every week, Leah, you're gaining £2 a week. You need to fucking calm down on what you're doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And obviously in prep, like it's a complete, like you can't. No. You can't. You just crack on with your plan on prep.
No, you would never do that on prep.
Right. Oh, this is a good question. Ooh. Would you ever have guests on the pod? If you could have anyone in the world on to chat to, who would you pick? Taylor Swift.
I don't know what she looks. I don't even know what Taylor Swift looks like. To even tell a joke like, oh yeah, we can have Taylor Swift on. I don't even fucking know. I can't tell sexualized jokes if I don't know what she looks like. No.
She's quite attractive.
You are.
She's quite attractive.
Well, we can have her on then. Come in and I've had like 7 rounds of Botox. I'm gonna have some fake tan rubbed on my face. You want to make some chicken and rice?
Who would you have on the podcast? If you could have a guest, would it be someone in life or just or a bodybuilding person?
No, it wouldn't be a bodybuilding person. Sorry, was that a bit bad? Spend my full life with bodybuilding person.
Bodybuilding person.
I spent my full life with bodybuilding people. Fuck knows. I don't want to say something cliche like Arnie or something, do you know what I mean? Because like he's extremely interesting and he's lived a very detailed life. I don't know who I'd have on, to be fair. Would we ever have guests on?
Maybe.
We could do it at some point. It has been mentioned to me.
Maybe we could do like the odd one.
An odd person.
No, not like a weird person.
Really odd
like
person.
the odd person. You know what I mean?
Just like the odd person. Or is it just one odd person? Come on, there's just some fucking weirdo. Like, who's this, Leah? Well, you asked for an odd person. You're like, you're right there, mate.
Maybe we can get everyone to send some suggestions.
Some suggestions. This is going to end up costing us money, this.
I know. Do we have to pay people to come on the podcast?
My mate always gives me shit. It's always like, you've never asked me to come on your podcast. I'm like, why would I do that for? I fucking see you every day. What do I want you on there for?
I've got a few ideas.
Have you?
Yeah.
Maybe it's something we could look into.
Maybe.
I honestly don't fucking know. I don't really have any like. I never have. I've never got. I ain't got any like idol. You know, like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm a bit peculiar or what, but I'm not like. I don't know. I'm not starstruck by anybody.
I know what you mean.
I don't really care about any famous people. I don't like. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like if I got people on a podcast, it would be like people who just talk about something that I find really interesting.
Super interesting, yeah.
Yeah,
like I like really want to. Life.
Yeah, like not just because I want them on the podcast, but because I want to like.
Dig
ask them because I'm can I ask you about this or whatever?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like around like mindset or like business stuff or. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I think that would be really cool because then you can like dig into their brain a bit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is going to take a direction to the right now, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
We get some odd person on here.
I know, God.
Some odd person.
Oh, I think this is the last one.
What?
I know. Dealing with the mental highs and lows of prep, especially for a first timer. Tips on dealing with the low days.
Tips on dealing with what? The highs and lows of prep?
Mental highs and lows of prep. For a first timer, tips on dealing with low days. I think they mean like, I don't think they mean low energy. I think they mean like...
Low mental.
Yeah, you know when you're just having a day and you're like...
Them's the days where the fucking preps won. Preps won in the war, not in the good bits.
Yeah.
That's how that's my brain. That's how my brain works. I'm not even going to say it because that's gay as fuck. What's that saying?
You were going to make a really weird comment there.
Oh, yeah, real bad. I will say it anyway. What's that old saying where it used to be like, what is it? When the going gets tough, the tough gets going.
Yeah.
Like that kind of mentality.
Yeah.
is what I would thrive off in them situations. Like, I would never think in my head, and they're going to get tough. The tough better get going. Do you know what I mean? Let's go.
I think you should make that as a recording.
Yeah.
And anytime a client moans, just send them the recording.
Just send them that. Well, when the tough gets going. So it's an old school saying, actually, to be fair. My granddad used to say it. It was like an old thing, like when things start getting hard, that's when the hard people start digging, do you know what I mean? And everyone else falls to one side. But that kind of mindset, I don't know. I don't know, because my brain just goes into, like, that's what happens when things start getting harder. You're all like it. All you good girls, you've all got the same fucking thing. And I've said this on here before. They're fucking thriving. Like, I've got girls at the seminar last week, 5 fucking people, because I counted them in my head when I left, complained to me that the prep wasn't hard enough. What more can I do?
That's typical bodybuilding mindset.
What more can I fucking do? It was mainly first timers, because I think they probably braced themselves a little bit. Yeah. 5 people at the seminar complained to me on the face-to-face check-in. So when we was in, not private, but like in a different area of the thing from whatever. Like, if you want to push me a bit more, Dan, push me a bit more.
Yeah.
If you want to take some food, just take some food. Like, it's a bit, it's like, it's not that hard. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, you're 4 week out, 5 week out, whatever you are, you're nearly ready. Like, you're probably not doing 40 minutes cardio or whatever, and the food's not in a bad spot, but the fat's falling off. Like, they're living the dream. Yeah. And they want me to push them harder, dig them harder, push, like, I'm like, fucking hell, what?
Yeah.
What more do I need to do? Do you know what I mean? Because normally, like, people would be whinging it. Oh, he's killing me.
I'm hungry.
I'm eating 900 calories and I'm doing all this cardio. And like, that's what you hear all the time in the bodybuilding industry. I've got people moaning at me that the prep's too easy.
That's tough life.
That's when you know you're doing all right at your job. When people are moaning, loads of people are just moaning the preps are too easy. Yeah. Just fucking lean into it is all. That's what I'll say. That's what I said. Any good bodybuilder will lean into the hard days and embrace that as, like, what's that saying? Embrace the suck or whatever it is. That got bandied about a bit a few years ago, didn't it?
Yeah, you know what did used to help me? You know, if I was having a day where I was like just completely like, you know, when you have those days where it's just a drag, isn't it?
Yeah. Seems like a day is like a week long.
Yeah, you just like, oh my God, I'm not. Or like if I've had a bit not enough sleep on prep and I've like got a really busy day, I'm like, I'm just can't.
Your head's like
my head's just not here today. If I was like doing cardio and I was, you know, when you have those days and it's just a mission and you like feel like you're gonna pass off the side of the Stairmaster. Sometimes what I would do is watch like YouTube videos from like bodybuilders or like, you know, like I recorded my prep where I won my pro card. Sometimes if I was really struggling, I would watch that video back because that for me, I was like,
brings
it like,
it
makes you like, oh yeah, okay, like that's what I want.
Yeah.
Or like watching, like I used to watch some of Phoebe Hagen's like YouTube series because she's got a lot of her like winning all her shows and stuff. So that would sometimes help a little bit, you know, just putting on. Sometimes when you get about your normal life, especially if you're around family who don't really get it, you kind of. You're not in bodybuilding, you know, if you're like doing a different job and then you're around family and friends. So I think sometimes just going a bit more into that, it like switches your head back on a bit more again.
Yeah, I love how different our advice is. Yours is really like practical and nice and kind. Mine's like, just lean into it, you fanny.
No, but I do think that as well. I do agree with that.
Yeah, I'll tell you now, every single one of these lot that's fucking got pro cards, won shows, been really successful, they've all got the same crazy brain. And it's not crazy, it's just exactly what I've just said. They thrive off it being tough. You'll never hear them fucking complain. They want it to be worse. They want to do more. They want to eat less. They want to do this. They want to do that. They're all exactly the same, and that's the mindset. I've coached people for a long time, and I've coached fucking tons of champions, and you're all the same. It's the same. It's the same way my brain was. That's why I click with it as well. You'll never hear a fucking complaint of a nothing. You'll never hear now. They just do it, and they want it to be harder. They want it to be worse. They want to push more. They want everything to be more difficult, and that's just the way good bodybuilders are.
Yeah,
it just is. Do you know what I mean? And if you ain't got that, and I'm not this person, whoever it is that's message, I'm definitely not talking about you when I'm saying that because you've asked that question. Because I'm sure all of you lot like look for ways to try and help. Do you know what I mean? But just lean into it because that's the difference between the good ones and the bad ones. And I think that's what I probably thrived off a bit when things got difficult, because when things gets difficult, you know it's getting difficult for everybody else as well, and you think these is the days what I'm going through that they're not willing to go through. When you're dragging yourself and you feel like you're walking in mud and you can't be asked even to stand up and go to the toilet. You'd feel like you'd rather piss yourself on the couch because you've got that fucking little energy.
Someone says your name and you can't be able to turn your head around and look at them and you're like, oh.
Yeah. Or you see your phone ringing on the side and you just go, because I used to do that all the time, just look at it and think, fuck off, and just not answer it. All of them feelings, like, do you know what I mean? It's all just a part of it. And like, people aren't willing to go for that. They'll have a few extra fucking nuts, or they'll have a little bit of extra that, or they'll jump off the cardio machine 3 minutes early. I couldn't get off it 5 seconds early. Do you know what I mean?
I said this to you the other day. I was like,
the fucking dot. Do you know what I mean?
Even in my off season, it's like 1 second below. I'm like,
not a fucking chance. I'd turn it back on. And that's just the way good bodybuilders is. So the fact that you're doing it, just lean into that and know that a lot of the people on that stage, all the ones that show up not in shape, all the ones that this and that, and I used to have all these psycho thoughts while I was doing that. I'd be if I was doing it on the treadmill, or I was out walking in the street, or whatever I was doing, and I was fucking starving my git off, or I'd be laid there at 3 o'clock in the morning with stabbing pains in my stomach because of the hunger pains and everything that you get through the night sometimes. And I'd think about stood next to the person next to me, how shredded my hamstrings are in a back shot, how fucking feathered my lats are, and this and that. Like, I'd be thinking about that compared to them, and that'd really get me through a lot.
Yeah.
Just visualising myself. Fucking hell, I was visualising back in the day before visualising was even a thing. Turns out I've just realised I was doing visualisation.
Oh, that's good.
I would always think of that myself next to other people. You know what I mean? And just burying them in fucking condition. That they couldn't get because they didn't want mentally tough enough to get there. And that I really thrived off them thoughts all the time. Or turning to the back and you could just hear the crowd laughing because you're fat. I used to think about that. And I get real fucking mad. And I start walking faster on my power walk or on the treadmill or whatever. And I'd be like, ah!
You know what I always think as well, right? I'm like, even for someone that's not prepping, if you diet him, sorry. Frog.
Right. Rabbit. Rabbit. He was a frog. Rabbit.
What was the name? Oh yeah, if you diet him, I always think you're doing all this, like you're getting up, you're doing all your steps, like you're going to do training, you're doing a bit of cardio, you're like saying no to meals out, or you're like choosing really sensibly, like you're making all these little like not sacrifices, but sacrifices through the week.
The sacrifices to everyone's day-to-day life, the way we live now.
And then you stood there and you're eating a bit of extra dinner, or you're having a chocolate bar. I'm like, why would you go put yourself through all that through the week just to do that for like 10 seconds? Like in my head, it just doesn't make sense.
And that's the 100% or nothing mentality to get where you need to get.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can have that, and not even bodybuilding. If you're doing like your type of stuff, like you want to get a certain amount of body fat off, you can have that when you get there and balance that out. So you're making no progress in either direction. You're not trying to go down anymore. Or you're not trying to go up. You can have that when you get there, but just fucking stay on the course for now. Do you know what I mean? And get where you need to get and all the rest of it. And just, I suppose, saying the same thing what I've just said about leaning into it is what I probably mean is flip your mindset. So you might like thrive in the fact like be buzzing that you're feeling a bit more hunger, or be buzzing that you've got to go and do your fucking cardio. Because I know every morning when I woke up and I had to go do my cardio because I did it fasted every day, I'd be thinking in my head, more fat. More fat. I can get more fat off today, and I'd actually be buzzing to get out.
I know exactly what you mean.
And do it because you're thinking I'm
making progress.
I'm going to get more fat off today, and then as it starts getting hard in the middle of the cardio, because you start going all like
makes you like a bit like feel a bit like buzzy and stuff,
and you get
doesn't
like
it?
like an endorphin from it or whatever, I suppose. And then you're thinking, right, here it comes. It's fucking, I know it's coming off now. And then you get home and you're thingy, and then, do you know what I mean? Like,
I kind of like, when you're doing your prep and you're quite deep in cardio and you're like, you can tell your blood sugar's really low. And you start feeling a bit like lightheaded. And then you're like sweating nose and you're like, you know what I mean?
You're one of them sickos. No, when my blood sugar went, it didn't just go a bit, it went through the fucking floor. I've been laid out on walls, out on these power walks, and I had to get people to come and pick me up because I couldn't see. But like on one bar on my phone, like, Mom, bring me rice cake. I can't see. Where are you? I don't know. I can see headlights, and I think there's a bench. What street are you on? I don't know.
We're not promoting this very well.
I got here. Oh, fuck me. All right,
times.
that did happen, but not as far. I went a bit far with that one. I didn't ask for a rice cake.
I didn't ask for the rice
Don't
cake.
you dare bring me a rice cake. I ain't eating nothing. I'd rather die. I've had hypos that bad that I've been fucking laid out on the floor, not able to see, just pissing with sweat. Like, because some people, like you, seems like it sounds, they have a hypo and it makes them feel like, oh, I feel all like funny.
Floaty, airy, fairy.
For me, it was the fucking worst thing in the world. I'd fully black out sometimes, so I couldn't see. I would just be pissing with cold sweat and go real like skinny and like weird, like fucking weird. I've had it where I've laid on the floor like that, just waiting for it to pass for like 15, 20 minutes until it stops. It was probably just eating into my muscle at that point, and I probably should have just had something to eat, but no surrender. So you just laid there until it fucking passes. Absolutely horrendous. And people used to say to me, oh, I love it when my blood sugar drops. I get like a little, I'm like, fucking worst thing in the world for me. I hated it.
I was all right when I was fasted and it dropped, but when I did used to struggle is if I had my post-workout, like I had my cereal, and then I'd walk the dogs, and then I'd get half around the walk and be like, I'm going to pass out, and I'd have to sit down because like, I'm literally going dizzy. And then your mouth starts like salivating and you're like...
Yeah. And you're like,
yeah, literally.
I used to get really bad when I was near to the show. So I'd get it a little bit before that. But then when I got lean, like fucking skins off lean, like last couple of weeks, it was fucking... It was... I'd just get up and walk like through if I was in the supermarket, so I'd just walk like a short distance and I'd feel it just coming like... Fucking hell, no, it just used to happen all the time. It was horrible. The best way I found to manage that, because we used to do the like zero fats thing, where it's just like carb fats, just putting a little bit of fats back in my diet and reducing some of the carbs down. And it'd kind of stop it quite a lot.
That makes sense.
Whereas if I'd go zero fats, like some people used to like make me do if they was coaching me or whatever, it was terrible. It was absolutely fucking terrible. Mad that.
Yeah, mad times. The things we do. Crazy.
I know non-bodybuilders listening thinking, what the
I know, I'm talking about us thinking, this is so messed up.
This is what I mean. You get so deep into the wormhole, you
just
don't
think it's
realise,
normal.
you don't even know how you got there. And everybody around is doing the same thing, so it's normal. Then you talk to someone else and your mother goes, Daniel, that does not sound safe at all. You could have been hit by a bus. Actually, she's right. I could have just wandered into the road and been hit by a bus. But I wasn't.
Oh, fun times.
Yeah. Then you get a plastic trophy and it's all right. You're like, oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was worth that.
Or a massive sword.
Yeah. I have a sword, actually. From the day before swords, I do have a sword. There was 1 year when they had a sword, and I used to win the overall at the Naban Office, which is the only place where I used to compete for qualifying, because that's all there was. I won the overall there all 3 times that I did it, actually.
Wow.
And one of the times was a sword.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
I like the gold swords. The gold sword.
Yeah, I like winning gold swords with you lot. It's like a little, we do get loads of swords, but we've got gold swords as well.
That's cool, that is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, that wraps up the
That
question.
wraps us up. We talked some shit, answered some questions. We don't know what we said. I'm not even going to listen to it back, so nobody.
Do you ever listen to it back?
No, not once. Have you watched a few, haven't you?
I've watched a few back now, yeah.
Yeah, I've clicked on it once, maybe twice, and watched the first like 10 seconds just to see if it was on or whatever. If it's come up on my screen because it's from having you on there.
Yeah.
I ain't watched any back. I don't want to watch it back. I was here.
Yeah, we're all good. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, leave us a comment, and we're all good.
And we're all good. And I've run out of things to say, so I'm just going to say we're all good. She was sending me help me eyes as well. She was like, and we're all good. I'm like, you're on your own on this one, bitch.
You were just like...
I was just enjoying myself. Like, yeah, sing yourself away. See you later, Leah. You can sink on your own. I'm all right over here. I'm just smiling.
Oh, God.
Bugger me.
We're all
right.
good.
Oh, we didn't do that today. In fact, no, we'll have a hiatus from that. We'll come back to that.
All right.
All right. See you then.